We're live. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I hope everybody had a good week. Mustang GTD. First off, I'm going to start by saying that if I seem a little sluggish or a little off, I haven't been feeling the best. So I'm going to do my damn best, though. So here we go. I'm going to wait for a couple more people to get in here. But Mustang GTD, man, this thing's crazy. I don't know who's crazier, the car or Ford. I don't know. That's yet to be seen. But 300 grand. I guess we could start out by saying that. Do I think the car is going to sell? Yes. I think they're going to sell. They're projected to sell. I think they're going to build like 1,000 to 2,000 units. And I think that they will sell every single one of them. Yes, I do. Do I think that this is going to be for the consumer or the demographic of who they're, trying to project it or to market it to? No, I don't really see it working out exactly as they seem to be having. So, but anyways, I just don't see this car falling into the hands of people that they think it's going to fall into or want it to fall into. I think that's it. This car pretty much for the most part, and I'll just say this right out of the gate, it's going to be one of them that they just put in the garage and just keep put away. So let's get in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna break this car down section by section, and I'm gonna say that this car is building hype, and right now, as far as I think it's a little early to tell, but I can't tell if this is gonna be a good amount of hype or a bad amount of hype, or if it's the right kind of hype. But American cars, and I've said it over and over and over again, American cars are the best bang for the buck, best performance per dollar that you can get out there, period. And as far as anybody, German cars or just European cars in general, Asian cars, Japan, pretty much all the Asian cars that fit in that category, they're in this kind of the same category as I think that they're kind of like overlap between the European, but as far as the cars that you can afford and cars that will compete at track times over and over again, reliability, ease to get parts, as far as the DIY, you're able to fix it yourself. I think that this is going to be not the car that everybody's hoping or intending it to be. The functionality of this car, I just don't see it playing out as marketed. But I hate to be. I know everybody, and every single video I've seen on YouTube has been nothing but praise and joy for this car. Am I happy that we're getting another V8? Yes, but it's a recycled V8. I mean, it's the same cross-plane Predator motor. The only thing new is the transaxle, and they're ramping the price up exponentially. I mean, what are you talking? A 500% markup? Like, this is insane. And they're making you kiss their ass again to get the car. This really isn't. I hate to be the doom and gloom, and man, but I don't think that this projects or really represents what the American car market is to be, and I feel like somebody just has to say it. I'm sorry, but if I got to be that guy, so be it. But I just don't think that this car is going to put any kind of pressure on Porsche, Lamborghini, Ferrari, or whatever. I mean, it's just not going to. From all the pictures or the videos that I've seen from the interior, it's a Mustang. It's pretty much the same Mustang that we've seen before. This is the same Mustang through and through. The amount of changes and the amount of just the changes alone that they've made, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough to warrant $300,000 sticker. Now, $300,000 is the base. Now, I'm predicting that they're going to have some options on here, and this car might go higher. So, I don't know what Ford is thinking with this as far as, well, I kind of do know. Let me see here. Let me add this in here. They were, I believe I read somewhere. Yes, here it is. So this is based off of, or it's inspired by, a GT3 car, the Mustang GT3, slated to run next year. Okay, so this is pretty much, and I don't want to get, any freaking I don't want to get any freaking lawyers involved here, but this seems like Ferrariism, like Ferrari-itis. I think that this is going to do nothing but pretty much get the fanboys hyped up, and I think that this is going to, I don't see it, man. I mean, am I all for Ford? Yes. Do I think that this car has a place in the market? Yes. Do I love that it's being built? Yes. But this is probably $150,000 car tops to me. Like, I mean, half price. So here's my thing is that I looked up the Nürburgring. If you look up here, I don't know if you can see my mouse or whatever. It's just a tick under 13 miles for the track. So 13 miles. Okay, the Camaro ran a 716. John, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, sir. Thank you. 716 for the Camaro, and they're wanting a sub 7-minute car. I mean, when you're talking a span of 13 miles, 17 seconds really isn't that hard to make up, especially when you're you're comparing I'm comparing a 650 horsepower car compared to what they're going to, 800 plus. We haven't heard any specific numbers. 800 plus is what I've heard. So, I mean, I genuinely hope with that amount of power and the right amount of gearing out of the transaxle, which, I had a 1986 Porsche 944 Turbo that had a transaxle in the back. I mean, this technology has been around forever. It's nothing new. And I mean, if you watch the commercials, it's, it has a transaxle within half a breath. That's what race cars have. It's like they're just genuinely doing their best to look past your face and speak directly to your feelings. Like, dude, come on. This technology has been around forever. Do I think that it warrants the sticker price? No. I just don't. I don't think that this car is going to be special enough. 1,000 to 2,000 units. In 2022, they made 2,100 ZL1s. So, does that? Yeah. I mean, the thing is Mr. Barley, what's up, buddy? Yeah. Transaxle's okay, but 300K, man. Wow. I mean, and if you're watching the marketing, it's a good thing. I'm so happy you guys are agreeing. I didn't do any poll. Actually, I did one poll. One option was I love it, and one option was I think it's a scam. And I think it's a freaking scam. Like, if you buy this car, I wouldn't be bragging about it online, especially on YouTube. I wouldn't. As far as people that own this car, I wouldn't think that you have. It's cool, but it's a novelty item. Is it a good investment? I don't think so. But, I mean, it doesn't even have a trunk. There's no practicality to the car. This is pretty much like, I've heard it represented to, or equated to, I guess I should say, as the Huracan STO of, Ford. And I'm like, man, I get it, but, one's 540 plus thousand, one's 300,000. One might be worth it, and the other is definitely not. I mean, it has, from what I've seen, the back seat is deleted. There is no trunk, and under the hood there's no storage. So you're gonna have like, you know, this is a novelty item. This is a novelty item. So yeah. So and the wing, I'm gonna need to see some specs as far as downforce, but as far as I'm aware, the amount of strength on the sail panel right there on the quarter panel where that thing attaches to, I am not very sure that you're going to have that much downforce or that much strength with that swan neck wing. Mr. EST, yes, yeah. I almost blacked out, woke up, and then blacked out again because it's staggering. I laughed. I genuinely laughed, and you know, not implying you guys or anything, but I will say this myself. Leave it to Ford to rip off their customers because they have been doing this for years. And it seems like the worse you treat your customers, the more they love you. It's absolutely insanity. And I guarantee you, like I said, when the stream first started, do I think they're going to sell out? Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But, I mean, I just don't understand it. Does anybody remember when the GT, well, not the 05 GT, but the newer GT, I can't remember what year it came out in, the Gen 2. But $500,000, and they're making you they're repeating the whole process of making you beg and grovel and send videos in and have the whole application process. Like, come on, dude. Why isn't the wing more towards the end of the trunk instead of halfway up the rear window? I don't get it. I don't think anybody does. I think it was just kind of this thing of trying to be different. You know, I think it was kind of like like the Porsche 911 GT3. I think they're just trying to do something different. But the thing is like, this is the perfect time to mount it on the trunk if the trunk doesn't even function. Like, you don't have a trunk. It's dead air space back there. So this is like the prime opportunity to utilize that section of, you know, that torque box or, you know, whatever you have mounted directly to the unibody of the frame down there. So I think it's just purely aesthetics. We'll see. Like I said, the Camaro ZL1 1LE ripped to 716. I think the ZL1 would not be that far behind it. I think if you had a stickier tire, I think that the regular ZL1 would be like really close to the ZL1 1LE. But like I said, you know, the Nürburgring's 13 miles, 13 miles long. And when you add 150 horsepower, you can really make up a lot of time. So they're putting 325s. I have it written down here. 325s in the front and 345s in the rear. I think they're Cup 2Rs, which is either like a 50, 80, or maybe 100 tread wear. Super sticky tire. I mean, that tire wears out in like 1,000, 1,500 miles. But yes, it's there's no reason that this thing shouldn't get under 7 minutes with that power and the cantilever. It looks like a cantilever suspension setup in the rear because they had to go up and over the transaxle, which is cool. I understand there's a lot of R&D and there's a lot of new technology involved in the rear of this car. Maybe, you know, all over with the carbon fiber skins, but dude, like, come on, that's not that hard to make a plug. Especially with a company, a multi-billion-dollar company, they should be able to rip that out for on the cheap. Mr. T. Browning, what's up, buddy? Says, I'm glad Ford keeps pushing the ICE-powered Mustangs. Hopefully keep Chevy. Yes. Yeah. But 300K, I know what. Yeah. Right. That's, yeah. All wrapped up with a little bow on it. Right there. It's insanity. I want to know how they're justifying the price. And Alex, what's up, bud? I'll get a hold of you later, man. But Mr. Browning, yes, to go back to 300K, no way. I want to know what warrants the price. If you can break it down and show me where my money's going, which I guarantee you they can't and they won't, I'd feel a lot better about this car. But I guarantee you, man, I guarantee you, it is a total ripoff. It's a barrier of entry like I said, they're trying to do nothing but play mind and emotional and marketing games to try to build up hype around the brand, to try to keep it strong, maybe invite some others in. And here's my thing, and this would be a good question for you guys. Do you think that Porsche, Ferrari, and Lamborghini are going to be feeling any kind of pressure, any kind of sweat, any kind of, threat for a market share as far as this Mustang GTD? Yeah. Now, as far as the skins, I believe everything is carbon fiber. So we're at the point where they're selling the name, not the car. Exactly. That's exactly it. That's why I created this whole live stream, because it's like this. I genuinely hope people. I do hope they buy the car, because it really helps the American brand out. I really hope that this is a success, because it could really help us in the future as far as gas V8 7th gen Camaro. But I really wish Ford would be like come down to earth on their price tag. They're just in the trees, man. There's no way. There's no way. Mr. Burley, no. And that's exactly what I've been reading in the forums is everyone's, I'm going to ditch the McLaren, or I'm going to ditch the Ferrari, or who would buy a used Ferrari when you could buy a brand new Mustang GTD? Dude, I guarantee you, go warranty that thing. Try to file a warranty claim on any freaking thing. I don't care if it's a valve stem cap. They're going to fight you. Man, I tell you what, I've already been through this. So, it's a scam. I almost guarantee you everyone's just going to... There's too many cars being created like that to where they buy them and they think it's an investment, and they think if they just keep the miles off of it, that it's going to be worth something. And almost everybody that has this car is going to be freaking doing the same thing. So, yeah. The GTD is made for the same people. Yeah, but I really hate to say it. But the BMW donkey stomps this Mustang for the money. I never thought I would say that. I never thought that sentence would come out of my mouth. But, yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah. Also slap in the face as the true backbone. Yes. The BMW, aesthetically, it's a premium touch car. Visually, the designs, just the whole shape of the thing, the technology that's in it. And you can get into a nice BMW for like 120, 130,000. So it's, less than half. So I mean, yeah. I honestly don't know what it's going to do, but I'm going to tell you what, if it come down to a Porsche 992 turbo or a Mustang GTD, that turbo, that GTD, that Mustang doesn't have a chance. It doesn't have a chance. Isn't this a homologation piece for the GT? Yeah. Yeah, and like I showed, and I just highlighted it. Right here it says GT3 that's slated to race in the Le Mans car next year. So this is kind of like a preempt or a pre-celebration model, or a pre-rip-off model, just a way for them to dig into your pockets a little bit there. And but yes, I believe I heard one video said that they were going to make the road car more of a race car than the race car, but then I heard otherwise on a different video. It's just, oh man, you're right. Let's call it the BT. Yeah, the GTD will alienate. Yeah, No, it will. It will, because they're trying to create a little boys club is what they're trying to do. They're trying to create a little boys club, and that's their barrier, for trying to create a community among. But I think it's going to fail horribly. I think it's going to fail horribly because, look at what the Camaro is, or not the Camaro. It's a car. It's a word that comes out of my mouth about 10 times a day. Look at what the Mustang is already. I mean, you either love it or you hate it. Haven't heard of it? No, I have not. I have not had. Haven't had any time. Honestly, I've been super busy. I have not followed up on that. I kind of figured, since they were they just kind of give an authorization to strike vote. I figured it was in the early stages, so I was kind of going to give it about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I was going to check. What's up? Fill us in, man. So if I want to finance this car, yeah. Dude, I don't even know if you're going to be able to. I don't even know if you're going to be able to, because like they already said that this is going to be the Ford GT 2.0. I mean, you're going to have to, I would assume you're going to have to put 50% down. I would imagine they're going to mail you that little box again. You're going to have to go through the build process after you get approved. I mean, who does this? This is crazy. I don't understand. That's kind of what American cars have always been about. It's just been, that's how Corvette got so high up on the ladder, is it smashed and demolished supercars for like a third of the price, sometimes a quarter of the price. And here we are. I think that this is going to bring the wrong kind of attention, because I just don't think that the quality is there. I think it's going to break just like any other Ford does all the time. The premium touch and feel, it's just not going to be there. The value, it's going to be yet to be seen. But Mr. Burley says, we'll see. We'll see if it... Yes. Exactly, bud. Exactly. Yeah, it's... and I think that this is going to... I think it's going to be an awesome car. Is this going to be a way for them to kind of gauge what the new... I think they're on the S650 model. I'm not up on the Ford jargon, but I think this is going to be like a preempt or a preview of the new GT500, the Cobra, or whatever they're going to call it for the S650 model. And I think that this way might be a way to either finance it, leverage it, or whatever, because I think that they're honestly feeling the pain from the EVs. And LMGT, I have no idea. I don't follow up on the racing, so you guys might have to help me out with a little bit of this. Vehicles are based on road cars with at least 100 units built. 25 for a small manufacturer, 300 for a carbon chassis. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. That's a little bit. I didn't know that. So is that 24-hour Le Mans or whatever? Is that included in this? Or I don't really follow that whole bunch, but yeah. Once it goes on the street, I follow it. I follow it for sure. I really don't like this. No. Muscle cars are based on who bought what. Let the customer decide what they could. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And I really don't like the way Dodge went out either. And I don't like the way that Camaro's going out either. The collector's edition was a total scam. It was over double the price of the 1LE track package. And you've got the bare minimum. We got the bare minimum for a maximum markup. And this is the problem with bringing so much hype to this market. Because I honestly feel like this is the sweet spot of automotive manufacturing. Because once you go portion above, it's awesome. Is it flashy? Yes. Does it make you feel special? Kinda. Is it a premium, touch, feel, visually, aesthetically? Yes. But I'm telling you, when stuff breaks, and it will, or stuff wears out, and it will, it ruins it for me. It ruins it. Once I see the price of what it costs to replace a seat or a front fender or brake pads or just anything stupid, and you know you're paying an idiot tax on top of that, it ruins it for me. I can't do it, man. Any leads on a 24 SS 1LE 10 speed yet? No, sir. I have. I tried. There was another comment in the last live stream with a dealership up in Wisconsin. Called them, which I guess they're a pretty big franchise. They own like 31 stores. So I gave them my info, and we're on the list on another one. I swear. One of these people are going to come. I'm afraid there's going to be like 4 dealerships call me and just be like, okay, we got it. We got allocate. And because I have got a ton out there. But I just watched a video on the ZL1 1LE 2024 build orders, and it's not looking good for us, man. So I genuinely hope. But they did say, Chevrolet did say that they're going to build 18% more LT1 powered cars, which is the motor LT1 cars, than they did for the previous years. So yeah. Jeff Noob, what's up, bud? I still may pick up a CE01 if I can find one though. Yes, sir. Hey, listen, dude. If you got the money and you want it, go buy it. Don't let what we're saying, especially the Ford guys too. What we're saying, freaking, what we're doing here is we're just calling it the way it is, and just trying to freaking roll out the freaking red carpet for being real. Wouldn't you like to know, have any of you built a car as of 2024 to see the price difference at MSRP? I didn't know that they raised the price. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me because I was just talking about this with somebody at a another dealership, and they were talking the 2024, like the bidding wars, the price wars are coming. So Ben, coming late 2024, 2025, Ford will only produce a limited run of 1,000 or so. Yeah, I've heard 1,000 to 2,000. Don't know. So yeah, it will be available late 2024, 2025. It's going to be yet to be seen. I believe that this car is being produced, like the entire car is being produced with Ford and Multimatic. So I know Multimatic has a lot to do with the suspension, but assembling of the whole entire vehicle. Yeah, 92 grand. Yeah. Does anybody remember a couple years ago when you could get discounts and you could get one out the door for like 61? Yeah, yes sir. Yeah, exactly. Yep, 56,000 for a 2SS. That's a lot of money. Here's my thing. And do you think the EV's just going to die off, and then we're going to carry on with ICE, and then we're going to have a market reset with the prices, or do you think the prices are just going to continue to freaking skyrocket? T Browning says, my dealer said he could order me a 2020. Oh. Yeah, interest rates are fucking crazy right now. Oh, man. So I'm going to keep my 23, 24. Do they have an allocation? Do you want to get rid of it? Email me the info if you want to get rid of it, bud. And yeah. Because that's the allocation I'm looking for, as a 24 2SS 1LE 10 speed. Rip Roar Alex says, to me, it feels like the ice is what big rich guys want, like their private jets, but us plebs get EV and to eat the Z-Bugs. Get in your pod, bitch it. No. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what they want, but fuck that. No, sir. You ain't going. I'm going down. I'm going down swinging, brother. Going down swinging. The thing with the Mustang GTD, I just wonder, the GT 500, and I don't know if anybody has heard anything. Yes. Now, I reached out to Trevor, and Trevor, if you're watching, I reached out. I emailed you. Check your email. I've been emailing you about spot weld count. I've been trying to get a hold of spot weld count because I want to know exactly the amount of mild steel, advanced steel, ultra high strength steel, and any of the other exotic alloys that they're using for the Alpha chassis. And then I wanted to compare it to, I mean, it really wouldn't be much of a comparison to like Dodge or whatever, because they're not really built like that for that, but you never know. So I kind of wanted to do like across the big three comparison, but these guys are tight-lipped. Either they don't know or they're tight-lipped, but I'm trying to get a hold of spot weld count, and I want to get a hold of any kind of diagrams of advanced, any kind of alloys that they're using for the chassis. But do I personally think that it is? Yes, I do. I think that the Alpha chassis is stronger, just from what I've seen, and I'm basing this off of just what I've seen as far as like Mustang's capability. But I will say this, the Mustang has, in my opinion, a much inferior suspension, rear differential. It's just not set up to do this. I really don't know what the GT500 is good at, but you know, the ELSD and the Camaro, I'm telling you, it's magic. As far as like being able to allow that chassis to work around corners for getting maximum traction, maximum time, I'll put it up against any of them, man. I'll put it up against any of them. So I honestly think that it is. I know that the Mustang has a 107-inch wheelbase. The Gen 6 Camaro has 110. So around corners, you know, shorter the wheelbase, the faster the reaction time. I know like a Porsche 911 has like a 97 or 98-inch wheelbase. They're super twitchy. They're super fast. They're just lightning quick. You know what I mean? That's part of their magic. They can come up with a real rigid suspension, and it's just, you know, it's real twitchy. But as far as like the Challenger, I think it's like 116. I'm sorry. So, you know, the shorter the wheelbase, the faster the movements, the longer the wheelbase, the slower the reaction time of, you know, you can put the input and it's going to take longer for the chassis to react or load up. So, but I still think that the amount of alloys used in the Camaro is more so, and I think that it's stronger, and I'm going to believe that it is just built better. I mean, if you look at the Camaro, the way it kind of has that pyramid, that tapered all the way down. If you look at the Mustang, you can just look at the quarter lines, or I'm sorry, the quarter panel. Like if you look here, I'll add it in. If you look like with the quarter panel, it's very, very straight. Like there is no, you know what I'm saying? So with all those shapes and ridges and what they call style lines, well, actually, it'd be more than style lines because style lines are stamped into sheet metal, but that's what creates a lot of strength. That coupled with super, super hard alloys placed specifically where you need them. So, yes, so I know my brain wants to nerd out and just keep going and going and going because that's what I've pretty much specialized in, but Yeah, it's better than the GTD in my opinion. So, and you can get how many ZL1s for the price of one GTD. So, Ben says even then it will be just yeah. Yeah, Gen 5 Z28. Yeah. I might have walked into a conversation there. Yeah. T Browning says mine is a 1SS 10 speed. Oh yeah. I liked my 1SS. I really did. I the only thing I didn't like was the radio, but that's not really what I bought the car for, man. I just wanted a capable car to go fast in. That's what I wanted, and it did it, and I missed it. The ZL1's nice, the lights and all that stuff's nice, but in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking, when's it gonna break? And then once it breaks, it just eats away at you, like, because you notice that all the imperfections and stuff. You know what I mean? What do you think of that, dude? Isn't that awesome? But I believe if you listen to them, I think they tell you that they added a bunch of trick aero in it, man. So I think they're gonna try to one of the blades or you know, because it's like a stacked deck, and I think one of them moves, so it acts like an air brake or whatever when you step on the brakes at high speed. So, man, we'll see. We'll see. I think it's all hype, but you know. Alex says, yes, Friday they voted to go ahead and go with the strike. Okay, so they gave them permission if they can't reach a tentative agreement deal to, yeah, which most unions do. So if they're, if, you know, the employees really feel like they're being screwed over, hosed over, whatever, collectively they'll put out a vote to authorization for strike, giving the chairman or, you know, the whoever's on the board or the president that, you know, if push comes to shove, you already have automatic authorization to strike. So it sounds like they're still in the early phases to, like, they haven't even come to the table, it sounds like. But yeah, I want to know what their conditions are or what they're asking for, how far apart they are. Because that's going to be key, man. You know what I mean? I've heard some pretty outlandish requests that they're wanting. Jeff Noob says, looks like a Porsche and a GTR had a child car. Yeah. I tell you what, man. Now I will say this: I do like the front fenders, like the slots for the pressure relief behind the tires. You know that's going to be a pain in the ass to keep clean. That's going to be next to impossible. But man, it does look good. And I really, really wish that, you know, some of the American cars would take some design cues from that, because I think that it's going to be an awesome car. The price ruins it. And the price just I think it's absolutely, it's in outer space. You could make Porsche sweat. You could make you know, your German or, you know, whoever you're trying to punch up at. You can make them sweat, but I don't think you need to sit here and just rake your customers over the coals doing it. You know, I think that like I said, 150 plus options would be a pretty good entry point. That would be pretty, you know, dramatic. I would still have sticker shock at 150, but the charging 300K and then making you apply for it, this is I don't understand their point behind this, because the GT, they kind of screwed it up with that V6. And when I say they screwed it up with the V6, I still believe it should have got a V8. And not only did they give it the V6, they put the exact same V6 in the Raptor. So it was like, you know what I mean? It pretty much took all that exotic or exclusivity and just kind of like threw it in the trash because you took the same motor out of a $500,000 car and put it in the F-150. So it's just, I don't understand what they're doing. I don't understand their logic behind this, but $300,000 for a Mustang is insane. Because Mustang's always been the cheap sports car to get into. It's always been that way. Mustang has always been the cheapest. Camaro, Corvette, but it's I don't understand the logic, but I know that they're going to sell them. But yeah, I hope everybody just keeps a level head about this. Sorry, I'm having trouble to talk, but I don't see this. yeah. What did you think about that cop already sitting there? I was pretty shocked. Yeah, the Shelby truck. I believe the Shelby truck got the 5.4. I don't know. Like I said, I don't follow Ford that much, but yeah, we know 10-speed ZL1, stock ZL1's faster than the Shelby truck ever thought about being. So, which it did pretty good, but I think for the hunt, I think those still have over $100,000 price tag to them. But man, what do you think that the max price on this car is going to be? I think that you can get one probably up to $350,000, probably $375,000. I don't think. Let me see here. I don't think with the recycled 5.2. It does come with carbon ceramics. Forgot about that part. The carbon ceramic brakes, that's new. The carbon skins are new. But I'm going to say this, that even like 22 gauge, and those of you guys that know auto body, 22 gauge stamped steel, that stuff's freaking light. It's like aluminum foil. Like, you can sit there and wiggle it and it'll have the oil can effect in midair. That stuff is like super, super thin. So as far as like trying to shave weight with, having carbon fiber skin, which absolutely adds no rigidity to anything, makes no sense. It's a marketing ploy. The Nürburgring lap time, as far as getting under 7 minutes, man, I hope you do. I really hope you do. 800 plus horsepower with massive sticky tires. Yeah, I'm not seeing my money's worth here, but what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is worth the money? One, is it worth the money? And two, do you think that they're going to sell out? I think that this is going to be a crazy. Also they added, instead from the Shelby GT 500, they added 8 gears to this transmission instead of 7. The GT 500, the S550 GT 500 had 7 gears. This one's got 8. Yeah. Mr. Burley says, yeah, 350, 300. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think. And the thing is like, I'm just assuming by ratios, because none of this makes sense. It's you're living in nonsense land. It's absolutely nonsense when you're telling me a Mustang's $300,000 plus options. So, I know that they want people to drive this car on the road. They want people to represent the brand. They want this car to be out there in the public eye, showing its capability, and I don't think it's going to happen. Alex says, I remember when I bought a brand new... Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Isn't that insane? Brand new. And the V6 was a nice car, man. It still had like 300 horsepower. I just don't see this car really taking off. I don't see anybody on YouTube really launching anything mind-blowing, new, revolutionary with this. Torque tube cars come with their problems, man. They come with their problems. And I mean, they're not perfect. And yeah. Ben says it's exclusive and rare, so it will appreciate just like the Ford GT. Here's my thing. Okay, so what are we going to do with all these cars sitting in garages? You know, eventually, fast forward 50 years. Because manufacturers just keep doing this, keep doing this, keep doing this. They threaten to take this away. They threaten to take that away. And we're just sitting here stacking up cars that retaining their value. I mean, you can't just go up and up and up and up and up. I mean, eventually, at some point in time, you know, I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. And it's going to come to a point where it's going to have to have something freaking monumental attached to the addition of this car or the lineage of, you know, something to do with this vehicle. That's what it's going to come down to. And I think that the bottom is just going to fall out from underneath a lot of these vehicles. When you like to know, not worth the money, I doubt there will be options and some rich fool will pay more. Yeah, probably. You know, that's actually a really good point. I never thought of that. I really never thought of that. If the, you know, I kind of figured with the application process that they were just going to have like a, here's the price, which I think is an absolute getting your head took off to begin with. But somehow, some way, if there's a will, there's a way. I'll bet you that they are just going to absolutely destroy somebody on the price, and there will be over sticker being paid. I wonder if they're going to have, you know, more applications than allocations, and, you know, whoever's got the biggest wallet will win there. Oh, Leno's going to have like one of the first 3 that come off the production line. I mean, that's just the way that dude works. I think if he can't get one of the first like 5 cars or whatever, he probably don't want it in his collection. Yeah, I mean, because that's just the way he rolls, man. But yeah, I hope Leno does, because, you know, Leno's got a collection, and that dude's got more money than, you know, either any of us know what to do, would know what to do with. I'm sorry, but yeah, he's a true enthusiast. He really, you know, he hires people to actually go through like every 6 weeks and put like, I think the car has to run like a couple hours, or it has to run like 15 miles or whatever. Just take a quick lap. They just have like a little, and it keeps, you know, batteries charged up, everything, all the rubber and stuff nice and as pliable as it's going to be. Keeps everything in good shape. So I respect that guy for what he does in his collection and the way he takes care of it. But yeah, the people that just hoard stuff and throw it in the garage and want to stand there and brag about what they have, as opposed to, you know, actually like enjoying it, because I'm not saving my stuff for the next guy. I'm just not. I mean, that's not what these cars are made to do. Yeah. That's not what these cars are supposed to be. Or that's not how they're supposed to be used. So, I mean, it's a car. Anything plastic, anything rubber, it's got a shelf life on it, man. And I genuinely believe that the more you drive it, the longer it's going to live. You either have to not drive it at all and treat it like a statue, or drive it, because I'm not saving my car for the next guy. I've spent too much money. You're not going to get the time. You're not going to get the experience back. And yeah, that's what you pay for, man. That's what you pay for. So when I bought my SS1LE, everyone's like, oh, you're driving it too much. And I said, dude, I'm only going to be this age once. I'm only going to be, you know what I mean? I can't, but look at all the people I got to meet. Look at the experiences I had with YouTube because of what? $50,000 for a car that I probably got most of that back off of when I sold it. I mean, you can't replace that stuff. And that stuff means more to me than the, $14,000, $12,000 I lost when I didn't lose, but that it cost me to own that vehicle. Get out of here, man. I mean, that is $12,000, $1,000. Well, it probably cost me $450 a month to own that car. Well spent, well worth it, zero regrets. I'm gonna drive my stuff. Mr. EST says, I can see the Mustang boys. Yeah. Now showing. Oh, man. I can see the GT premiums, and people trying to recreate that wing or trying to recreate the parts off of that car. That's what you're going to see driving around town. That's what you're going to see as your new drift cars. That's, yeah. The average Joe will not be, no. It's not meant for the masses, but it's made to manipulate the masses. And that's the part that freaking rubs me wrong. And that's kind of why I need to speak my piece about it, because come down the road, I don't want to fall into the echo chamber echo chamber that YouTube becomes when something new hits the market. Everybody says the same shit about it. Everybody says the same thing in a different way. And I think it's a total ripoff. But, like you said, it's not for the average Joe. It's not for the masses. It's a homologation piece. But why are they building so many at such a steep price? And why are they making you apply for it? I think it's kind of insult to injury there. Alex, I'm a moron. I was delayed on the stream. Caught up now. Derp here. Come challenge. Yeah. Milk the novelty hype. Yeah. Yeah, milk the novelty hype. Yeah. Move on, YouTubers. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in every single thumbnail I click on, I feel like it's the same thing. It's the same song. It's just a different voice. It's a different face. And I just don't think, it's getting too much hype. Like the C8 Corvette, that thing was 60 grand, $59.99. Does anybody remember that? $59.99.99 in 2019, 2020. I can't remember when that thing, debuted. But I mean, that's what American cars are about. Maximum performance for the least amount of budget. Because when you get inside, it's plastic where it needs to be, and it's premium, or it's engineered to be, durable, made out of, the products that it needs to be to hold up, to do the job where it needs to be. And it's, the maximum performance for the least amount of money. Now, if you want something freaking premium, go buy a Porsche, go buy a Ferrari, go buy a Lamborghini, but you're going to be paying, Mustang GT price. So, but yes, I just, I don't know. I don't know, what it's going to take, but what do you guys think it's going to take to actually get approved for the application on this car? That's going to be my thing, because I just know you're going to have to run the gauntlet of some kind of variation of car to actually, be considered to get approved. I think that it's just going to be one of them things that, like I said, it's a little boys club, and, oh my God, I don't see it playing out that well, but you're going to need a recommend. Yeah. From the probably. I think it's going to be one of them things. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and yeah. But anyways, maybe I've rambled on long enough. But I genuinely hope, I'll just close this out by saying I genuinely hope, one, this, like, another V8 platform does stem off from this. I think that this, I hope that this is going to help us out. I don't know how this is going to play out because there's like a couple different avenues and there's a couple different ways that this could go for us. But this could actually help us as far as like having, you know, a good solid platform to get a ICE V8 Gen 7 Camaro. So, yeah. GD, are you a Ford fanboy? Check. How often do you suck Ford's dipsticks? Check. Daily. Can you? Yeah, it's probably the one from a van that, you know, that has to go way back, so that dipstick's like freaking, you know, at least a 5-footer. If you answer yes to all the above, congratulations, you are approved. Yeah, give us your money. Oh, by the way, you're gonna have to pay a you know, market adjustment rate. So good stream it. Yes, thank you, sir. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for showing up, Mike. But yes, Ford GTD. This probably isn't going to be the only stream I do on this. It's gonna evolve. I mean, the more we get fed out to this, the more news, and the more that, you know, there's just gonna be more and more. So I honestly think that this could actually help us. Otherwise, I really wouldn't be talking about it. But yeah, GTD, $150,000 car. I really hope that this car does make it to YouTube. Guarantee it won't, but you never know. We'll see. So other than that, I hope you guys have a good week. Like the video on your way out, or like the stream. So I hope you guys have a good week. Take care. We'll see you guys. And yeah, Alex, I'll get a hold of you, buddy. You guys take it easy.